Hello everybody and welcome to the messy junk room where we create whatever. Today the sun is shining. It's a good day. Day number 6 for Defemember. Your ephemera inspiration in December. Put on by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Hansel. Go check out their videos. Today's prompt, selfie in a bubble? I keep thinking it's selfie in a bottle, and I have to keep going back to check it. But no, it says selfie in a bubble. Oh, and we have another envelope to open from our advent calendar. Stencil a day keeps the doctor away. And this is my advent calendar tin, put out by Art by Marlene. And I'm taking out day 6. What do you think, Elfie? What's it going to be this time? Oh, it's another alphabet stencil. A selfie in a bubble. I found myself. Found a picture of myself, and I really wanted to I actually put my picture inside a bubble on Canva, and I wanted to print this out on a film transparency, but I don't have a laser printer. I just have ink, so when it went through, it just smeared and didn't do anything except smear. I went to my craft store because I thought I had seen some type of shaker thing on a card that you could use. I thought that would work, but she didn't have anything. And I saw the double-sided tape, and I said, well, something like this, but I'll have to buy the packaging that the double-sided tape comes in. And she goes, well, wait a minute. She goes, I think we just opened one of those. Let me go check the garbage. And sure enough, this was sitting in the garbage. I said, well, I'll see what I can do with that. So thank you to the Hive, our local craft store. I don't know how to do this because that is very bulky. But let's try something. I gotta try something, and I don't want to be here all night. I don't think this was a good idea to take this off, but I have to get to what I want, because I want this flat part. I can't cut a straight line, and I can't cut a circle. Maybe this isn't going to work like I hope. I'll have to do this in little increments to keep its shape better. Check out Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Hansel on her channel to find out how they made this. Oh, that was terrible. Well, there goes my circle. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Well, yes, I can. I have been thinking about this, well, since I saw the prompt back in November, the prompt list, and then their videos come out at 12 a.m. my time. So I watched theirs to see what on earth. See, that is going to add too much bulk. It's a great idea, but that's going to be too much bulk. Definitely. Like, Okay, back to the drawing board. So with plan 1 not working, because it would add too much bulk, I've already tossed it. No, it's right here. So this won't work. So Effie and I went back to the drawing board, and I put my computer skills to work and came up with bubbles. I also have this stamp of bubbles I love, and I've been using bubbles on my jelly plate because I love to do that. I have these prints from Bubble Wrap, and then I had some fun with paint, and I did bubbles with paint. Now, these aren't blue, and I was going for a blue kind of vibe. Might go with this one, although these bubbles are fantastic. I'm going to have to do blue bubbles. And I also have a circle jelly plate, which could be used for the bubble, but I think I'll go with this one as the background because I want to make a large tag. Okay, Effie, where do we begin? What are we using for our base? Well, we need something sturdy. Oh, we have a piece of cardstock. Now, I said a large tag, but a large tag is not really a large tag because it's got to fit into our junk journal. This was yesterday's video of salvaged birds. I went back and I put this ring on because I needed something, and then I spritzed my gold shimmer, which you can't see on the camera, but I can see it here in person. There's just a subtle shimmer to it. But I am going to go back in. I want to stamp salvaged birds and torn things so that I know that that was the prompt. So that's holding pretty good for the most part. So a large stamp could be, because remember there's a pocket in here. So a large stamp could be that height. But we need to cut it down. So definitely needs to be no wider. And I'm a little bit off the screen, I know. Because I could potentially just use one of these pockets. Yep, so that's easy in and out. Definitely don't want it taller than this one. But I'm thinking it could be a little taller. Maybe there. Time for a new blade in this one. think I'm going to use this as the actual pocket. Unless, Effie, you have a better idea. Oh, he's got into more shimmer. That could work. I could pull out one of the old credit cards or any one of those types of hard cards, or my new take punch, or my old one, but I don't have time to look around. Take that out of the way so it's not a glare. This is my base. I think I want this in the background. So cut it down. I'll just tear it. Yep. And I'm going to use my Mod Podge glue and water mix. Just cover all of this up right to the edges. Because it's wet glue, it'll probably warp a little bit. It's okay, I'll put it under something heavy. I don't want to think too much about this, except I probably should put something on underneath there. So now it's going to stick in all the wrong places. I'm going to make sure it gets all covered. See how curled it is because of the wet glue? And I'm okay with the wrinkles. That just adds some texture to it. Just gonna put that under my mat for a second while I get out those bubbles. Yep, number one didn't work with the plastic piece here. Didn't work for number two idea with the transparency, having the bubbles printed on transparency because I don't have a laser printer, and the ink printer just smudges. Oh, that's a pitiful circle. So now we're on to idea number three. And bubbles aren't always perfectly round. Oh, wait a minute. Will this even fit on my tag? No, it won't. Unless it's a tag that goes this way, which won't work in this journal. Okay. I don't need that create whatever. I don't think this is very juicy. Not too bad. What if I just did it directly on here? I don't want to use brown. Oh, it's not going to get in there. I'm just going to use this one. I know I'm mixing up the inks. I did buy some new ones somewhere on there. See it a little bit. Some blue happening there. Okay, we have. I want to use the transparency. Now I know that's going to be hard in the camera, but I want to use the transparency, so I'm going to cut out the tag shape, and when I'm done whatever I'm doing here, I'm going to put this on top and sew around it. I also thought, what about putting some bigger bubbles? Maybe some of these bubbles here in a different color. Okay, we're cooking now. Oh, look, I can use our little container. Whoop, where'd you go? I'm gonna just do in the corner here in case I really mess it up. That's okay. I'm okay with that because it gives it texture. Don't get paint on Effie. Oh, poor Effie. Gets moved around a lot. Okay, I like that. Yep, some bubbles there. Can we get some bigger bubbles? It's hard to tell, but it might be because underneath isn't dry. I'm gonna dry it. Might be a different effect if you wait to dry things to dry. And this is a perfect pigment, blue pearl. So it's a lot more liquidy. Let's try over here in this area. You can see circles much better. Dry. Well, we have this dark blue Midnight Muse. Let's see what that looks like. I think it would get lost. So here's a green one. Let's see. What do we think? But if we stay with monochromatic, you can see a little bit of it. And really that's all I want, right? Yeah. Just really subtle, but it's not black. And then let's get the bubbles back. That one's going there, and this one is going there. Yep. I'm liking it. I think Selfie and a bubble. I could put that there. Oh yes, I have this blue ink. What's this one called? Sterling blue? Blue. And what I'm thinking, and I don't, instead of going around with brown, I kind of round it like that. Oops. Make it run a little bit. I normally don't work in blues, but this journal is kind of shaping up to be blue. Okay, I need to dry that. I'm going to put that under the mat for a minute and just let it flatten. And I wonder where Effie is. Effie, we need a tip of the day. Effie's tip of the day is, don't lie around too long. You might end up with paint on you. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. The ink is dried, the paint is dry, it's still a little warped. And then I want to put Selfie in a bubble. I think I'll use these clickables. I've had these forever. And I didn't really like them too much. But now they've grown on me. And they're so easy and handy. Oh! I'll be right back. Those aren't going to work. Well, they will, but I got Selfie in I was trying to spell bottle. Then I realized it was bubble, and I would need 3 B's. There's only one in the set, and they're very hard to line up. And I thought, well, because it's a selfie, maybe I will just write it out. Selfie in a bubble. Do that again. I didn't like my bubble. Selfie in a bubble. And I think I'm going to tear it. Tear around it. That was not a great tear. Can't even tear straight. Selfie in a bubble. There. Now it looks like I've done everything on purpose. Not green. Usually don't ink around things with different colors. Really out here in left field. But Ephemerimber is all about playing, experimenting, doing things that you normally wouldn't do for your crafting style. So I'm vintage grunge. That's my favorite. And last year my journal looks very bold. And with the Art by Marlene Advent Calendar, she's a very bold creator. Lots of vibrant colors, which is beautiful. But that's not the first thing I'm drawn to. But I am having a lot of fun. And that is what Ephemerimber is all about. Crafting fun. Selfie. And I keep saying the bottle, so I'm gonna have to do something with a bottle. I think, no, actually, Selfie in a bubble. It's all right that it's not perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect. Selfie in a bubble. Trim this. Trim that. I'm just going to put this whole sheet and then sew around it. I'll be right back. swapped out my thread for blue, left the black on the bottom, and this is a great journaling space. I still have to ink around this one, but it needs some time to sit under my heavy book or something. I really like how this turned out. Oh, now Elfie comes once the mess is cleaned up. Now, Elfie, what did you get into? You have blue paint on you, you have green paint on you, you're all shimmery. Oh boy. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.